Yesterday I did things I thought I would never in a million years do sober. I went to a day rave. I went for a 30-minute swim in the ocean. I know it's weird for those of you who are not alcoholics to imagine a world in which someone wouldn't feel they could do a swim in the ocean sober with friends, but it would just never happen for me. If I was going to the beach for an evening swim, I absolutely would be drinking. 100%. Especially a day rave. Like, as if I would ever do that not drinking. Like, day drinking was my jam, especially since being a mom. You feel me? Moms are day drinkers. That is like, that's a given. If you're going to like a lunch or a brunch or an afternoon get together, mommy needs wine. Mommy wine culture is one of the most toxic things in the entire world that not many people talk about. Some people have started talking about it because they've been so affected by it. And it's really fucked. But most of the time it just goes without saying that there will be lots of drinking when a group of moms get together. But anyways, yeah, I had a great, phenomenal day yesterday, catch up with an old friend, and this friend is not a drinker and never has been. So it's always been a sort of a, safe zone relationship for me where it was one of those rare friendships that didn't revolve around drinking. So we would always just have that like long conversations and tea and healthy food and all the stuff. But now I'm just like, wow, I actually remember these experiences. And so it takes it to that next step further. Like, getting to do these things, going to a party, dancing my ass off, and remembering the whole thing was just an unknown concept to me. This band that I love so much, it's like one of my favorite artists, haven't played together live in like 12 years. And the last show I went to, I was fucking wasted and doing a lot of drugs. So I remember at one point she dropped into a splits in front of me on the stage, but that's about all I remember. Yesterday is going to be a memory in my books for the rest of my life. Like, how good is that? I woke up today not hungover. I am so grateful every day that this is my life, and I'm coming to you humbly as an alcoholic because, trust me, never did I think this would be me. I say this all the time. If you're one of those people that's like, oh, I could never be sober. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, you actually can. You just have to get to that point where you're just too uncomfortable to live like you are anymore. And that's what will help you change. Because when we're raised to think there's no possibility of us being sober because our whole family drinks, all of our friends drink, and it's expected of us to be socially valuable, there's never a chance we're going to get sober. My whole life, looking down the barrel of the gun, was I'm going to be the old lady by the pool with a martini at 11 a.m. 100%. That's me. Why would I think any different when everything in my genetic upbringing and my social grooming had led me to believe the opposite? Like, I had to be drinking. Even my relationship with my husband, like, what we had in common was drinking. Of course, a lot of other things and family values and whatever, but like, that's what we did. So why would I think anything different from our future? And now I'm like, holy shit, we get to live out the rest of our lives and raise our children in a house where they don't have to worry about what's in mommy or daddy's cup. They can just have a sip. And I don't have to worry about being hungover after a night out with my friends. And I don't have to worry about anxiety from drinking. I don't have to worry about being bloated and making terrible food choices just because I need to shove something greasy in my face. I don't have to worry about missing workouts. I don't have to worry about other toxic behaviors that come with drinking. I don't have to worry about drugs. I don't have to worry about smoking all the time. I can choose to make every decision with a cognitive mind because that's truly my decision in that moment, because I want to, not because I'm compulsive anymore. Being compulsive and an addict is one of the most toxic ways to live, and I did it for so many years. My friend that I was with yesterday, who is not a drinker and not an alcoholic and never has been, was like, yeah, I remember you. Like, you were so different, and you were in this terrible, phase where you cried a lot, and you were in this toxic relationship with this man, and you took on so much of the stress from other people. And you were like, oh, well, he's got this going on, and I have to talk to him, and and it's just like, oh my God, yeah, I remember that. Well, there's a lot of it I don't remember. Fuck, trust me. But there's a lot of it that I've blocked out because it was just like shitty and horrible. And then there's parts of it that I'm like, wow, I do remember being that miserable. And I'm so glad that I'm in a different space now. And honestly, the difference is the level of addiction that I was experiencing. Because when you lie down with dogs, you come up with fleas. And when you surround yourself with other addicts, you have fleas. You have emotional fleas. I was the Beyonce of addiction, and I would always surround myself with people who had worse addiction issues than I did so that I could make my addiction look amazing. I'm functional. Look at me. Look how skinny I am. Look at how together I am. Look at how much attention I get. Look at how fit I am. Look at how much fun I look like I'm having while I'm partying. Look at how good I make smoking look. Right? And it's like, no, you actually don't look good. You just look good in your group of friends that you've selected who make you look good because they're more fucked up than you are. And now I know that being with all of those people and trying to rescue these other addicts is quite literally just another form of addiction, because it's self-abandoning. It's self-destructive and self-abandoning to try to throw ourselves in to the pool of addiction with other addicts and save them. And you're all drowning together. It doesn't matter how good you look. You're all drowning together. And I lost many friends to death over this disease. I have lost family members and friends to death from drugs and alcohol. And I'm not going down like that, even though that was my genetic coding. I mean, I never thought I'd be sitting here talking like this today. I never thought I'd be remembering a day concert. There's certainly addicts in the world who were heavier drinkers and drug users than I was, but I had a long run, baby. I had like almost 25 years, and I did the math, and the longest I ever went without drinking was 3 weeks. Probably when I had a flu or something. So to live like this now, I will never not be grateful for a single day that goes by, because I dodged the bullet of going down to the alcoholism or just living my life in a subpar existence, because I'm just constantly putting these toxins in my body and I feel like I can't live without them. And that is the real disease, because it gets in your brain and permeates and makes you feel like you can't live without the drug. You cannot live without alcohol. When you get so tired of receiving that message and you just don't want to do it anymore and you just decide to stop, it is like your true life begins again, and you'll always be grateful. And you may always struggle, you may always struggle every day, or you may find it easy. There's all different levels and all different types, and there's mental illness and there's strong genetics and trauma. Like, there's a lot to deal with. But the easiest day, no, what's the expression? The easiest day sober is still, no, the hardest day, I can't even remember the expression. And it's not because I'm hungover. It's just an amazing way to live. It's just an amazing, blessed way to live, to not be hungover. So happy sober Sunday, I think it is. I'm a little bit tired, I had bad sleep. But I love all you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend and you can remember it. Ha ha.